Okay, bye-bye.
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 Alright, so that was my review for the movie It Follows. It just came out, like last week. I didn't really know too much about this movie at all until it was a couple weeks ago. I was hearing about it from people that were at South by Southwest. Started getting a lot of good word of mouth, and then I built like a big cardboard cutout. I work at a movie theater right now, so I built that and started getting interested in it because it's supposed to be like a really good horror movie. And then eventually, kind of started seeing some trailers online and on TV for it, and just kept seeing like the less you know about it, the better as you go in. Just go watch it, and so that's kind of what I did the other day. I had a day off and watched it. I think that was actually the first day it came out, Thursday. And I hadn't seen, I guess, a recent. I haven't seen a recent horror film in quite a while. I've been watching a lot of older stuff, like the old Friday the 13th and stuff. So that was the first horror movie I've seen in quite a while, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's really good. It starts out awesome. So I don't want to give like a ton of it away. There's not really a lot to discuss with the plot, but we follow a group of younger kids, teenagers. So they're probably, I don't know, right around 17, 18. It has the feel throughout the film was very kind of timeless kind of feel to it. You can't really place what year it is, and maybe you can't really tell if they're young 20s, late teens kind of thing. I think they're in high school, so I guess it'd be late teens. But yeah, I think that was intentional too. I think I read something that said the director wanted to have it not time specific, and that is very apparent. So the cast is all just new, unknown actors. We'll see if they make a name for themselves later. But we follow the main character is a girl named Jay. I think her actual name is like Jasmine or something like that, but I'll just call her Jay. So she's the main character. She's dating a guy named Hugh, and they go on a couple dates, and he acts kind of weird at one point, and they're at a movie theater. They leave, and eventually they go on a couple more dates, and they have sex one day or one night in the car. After that, he does something really weird. He drugs her, and she wakes up and she's tied up, and he tells her, and he's like, "I'm really sorry, but I've passed something on to you, and it's gonna follow you around. It might look different at different times, but whatever you do, just don't let it catch you." And then he says, "All you can do is pass it on to somebody else." And he's like, "That's what I did when I had sex with you. I passed it to you, so that's all you can do now." And that's the basic plot of it. So Jay has this thing. We don't really know what it is, but it's gonna follow her, and she can either try to run from it or pass it on to somebody else by having sex. And of course, there's a whole aspect of her friends like believing her or not believing her, and then it just goes from there. So yeah, that's all I want to say about it. That's just the very basic plot. It's one of those things you don't really want to know a lot about it before you go in. You might as well just go into it blind. It's probably the best way. But it starts out really good. It's like super suspenseful throughout the whole time. That does that extremely well. It doesn't use cheap jump scares to scare you. It's just like a lot of tension. It's very suspenseful. You don't really know what's going to happen. That works really well. It has an awesome score. It was, I noticed it right away from the very beginning. The scores were really, really good. It has a very John Carpenter vibe to it, both the score and also just the style of it. It has reminded me of 80s horror films quite a bit. It looks different. It's not like the old grainy kind of shooting. Like there was a movie a little while ago, what was it called? It was a Ty West film, something with the devil. I'll find it. Something about the devils. It's gonna bug me. Anyways, so House of the Devil. There we go. Sorry, this is gonna be a weird part of the review. House of the Devil, that had a very 80s style because he actually filmed with like cameras from that era. But this looks a little more cleaner. It's like more modern, but it's still the style of filmmaking has that feel of 80s horror, which is good. Um, so yeah, it's like a cautionary tale kind of thing about having sex when you're young and all that. Really good horror. Very different. I like what it does. The only problem I had with it was the ending. I just wanted something more from the ending or something different than what it gave us. I was still thinking about it like a day or two after I saw it. Like, it's really not that I couldn't wrap my mind around the ending. I just kept wondering if it was satisfactory or not, and I just kept thinking, I don't know, wanted something a little different. And I don't know what I would have wanted different, but that's like the one negative that I had with it a little bit was the ending. And so it would have been like a 4 out of 5 the whole time. It was really good, but just because of the ending, I'm going to give it a 3.75 out of 5. But it's in theaters now. I would definitely check it out. If you like horror, it's definitely worth a watch. Or at least worth a watch, at least when it comes out on DVD or on video on demand or anything like that. So definitely a good movie to check out if you like horror. So, yep, I'll be it.